Hi, everybody. Welcome to Tarot Tuesday. If it's your first time joining us, welcome. I'm Jem. I'm one of the Mystic Mages. So this is our weekly Tuesday segment where we talk to you guys about the energy forecast and what's going on, and we pull some tarot cards. So I'm going to be pulling some tarot cards for you guys tonight, talk about what's going on for this week coming up. And then Mary, my beautiful counterpart, she pulls some awesome oracle cards. So our cards sort of speak to each other. We've been doing this for a long time together, guys. So it's always fun to see how our cards are able to kind of communicate together. So joining in right now, bringing Mary on. So how are you guys feeling tonight? I mean, if anybody is on the call yet, let me know. We just came out of all of this new moon energy over the weekend. There's been a lot of changes going on, so I don't know about you guys, but I definitely was feeling some feels. I was definitely doing some purging and some healing and circling back to certain things, and just a lot of big changes. And there she is. Welcome, friends.
Hi, how are you doing tonight?
How you doing, beautiful?
I'm
Oh, hey,
doing
Billy,
good.
how are you?
All right, welcome everyone. Sorry guys, took me a second to actually get looped up here. Hi, how's everyone doing? I hope you guys can hear and see me okay. Am I blurry this week or am I all right finally?
On my end, you're looking good,
Oh
girl.
my God, finally guys, finally, fuck. Anyone who does,
Technology tools.
man, it gets hard sometimes, and we try so hard to do these things, and then something ridiculous happens. So I'm glad I'm coming through. I'm glad everyone's doing okay today. I'm so excited for Tarot Tuesday this week. So excited.
So excited. How are you feeling, my friend? I see Billy's feeling good. I'm glad to see that you're feeling good.
Yes, I'm feeling great. I'm loving spring. I'm actually kind of like clearing out a lot, both in like my closets, but also like physically. I wonder if a lot of other people. So let me know, guys, if you're feeling it too. But I have this awakening to like clean everything. And it also seems like my nose is kind of going through that too. So lots of fun there.
Oh yeah, I still have the same like stubborn cold that I had in Myrtle Beach. Me and Kate, it is hanging on for dear life. It goes away and then it's like, surprise, bitch, still here. So it's just like got its claws dug in me a little bit. So it's okay. My sleep has been a little off. Usually the moon cycles tend to throw off my sleep, so that is not too unfamiliar for me.
Yeah,
I'm
you have
not
a
the
lot of
best
trouble with your
sleeper.
sleep, poor thing.
I know, I'm way better than I used to be, but I am. I am just like an insomniac by nature. And last night was one of those nights. Like I couldn't wind down. I thought I was tired. I thought I was going to bed. It was so late as it was. And then the second I laid down, I'm just like, what's up? Like, it's all this fiery Aries energy. It's like,
It
I
is.
feel like how my dad feels. Like, my dad is like a hyperactive kid. Like, he's just got like ants in his pants. Like, he's a
Hmm.
drummer. He can't sit still. He's got to move. He's got to do something. And like, I'm totally like that
Yes.
version of Aries at the moment.
Aries is coming in strong. I definitely like even today I was working, I was like, I need to just stop working and clean something. Like I was totally channeling that energy. And I think right now specifically we need to remind ourselves to not push too hard. You are allowed to break in this energy. You are allowed to take a pause in this energy. You're allowed to kind of see how things let them play out for a second before you make a decision. That's something that Aries can be not so great at. So I think that's really coming through right now this week.
Totally. I'm with you. I've been doing a lot of spring cleaning. I donated a ton of bags to Goodwill and I'm just trying to get organized, like every closet, every drawer, like trying to just get everything organized and keep it that way. And it feels so good. It's just like that spring clean, you know?
It is. And I've noticed that everyone's doing that in their life. Like it's such a time where people are like, okay, what job do I want? Or like, how do I want to fix my finances? Or what new relationships do I want? Everyone's kind of putting these boxes and what they're going to start working on. So there's a lot of magic in the air too. This has been an amazing month already, and it's bound to be even more exciting.
There's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now. A lot of changes. A lot of changes. We've got some karmic cycles coming about. There's a
Hmm.
lot of things going on with the planets and certain planets going retrograde. There's a lot going on where it's just there's this fiery kind of energy, but we still had a little bit of Pisces clinging on where it was like this emotional, this like heartfelt energy. We've got little sprinklings of Capricorn going
Hmm.
on with the planets right now. So we're like trying trying to stay focused and we're trying to remain grounded and not totally lose ourselves with this fiery Aries energy. But I feel like we're being really productive. I feel like we're figuring out who we really are and what really resonates with us, seeing what clicks and what doesn't, and kind of really prioritizing where to allot our energies.
Absolutely. And I'm such a nature person. Obviously, what's going on outside is going on inside. So think about this time in nature and what's happening. I look out my window and I see all these little beautiful buds, but I also see on my forecast that snow's coming and they're all sadly about to die. So don't
Oh.
push, I know, it's really sad. Don't push things out too early. Don't use that energy to make you put out something too early or get too flighty and just make a decision without actually having a path because you don't want to bloom too early and the frost to come. So make sure that you're kind of looking at nature and you're enjoying this time. You're planting those roots. Now's the time for roots and those beginnings of sparks. Put out a few little things, see what's working, see what's not working, really build that foundation, but don't be growing a whole new flower because it's definitely going to die if it's too early. So I feel like that's really happening right now. And I'm really excited to see what the cards have to say because I think a lot of people are feeling this way too.
Absolutely. There's a lot of movement going on right now, There's a lot of changes, but you're totally right. Aries can be a little impulsive, a little rash, like they want it yesterday,
Yep.
like they've got all this energy. They don't know what to do with themselves. They're just like, "Oh, I got to do this right now though," Like a lot of the time
Mhm.
Aries are athletes, like they're just like they're these big personalities, they're talkers, they're energetic, they're fun, So it's like I feel like we just have all of this drive to accomplish everything right now, but we do need to like take that pause, take a deep breath, make sure that we're channeling the right things,
Right.
making sure that we're not running ourselves ragged or stretching our energy in too many directions. And I think that I'm really interested to see what the cards have to say about where we have to go this week. We're going to be coming out of that Mercury retrograde shadow really soon, finally. At the end of this week is going to really hit like that 2 week mark. They say two
Mhm.
to 3 weeks. So, I mean, I would say somewhere between like the 13th and the 16th, we're technically out of that shadow period. So, I think that certain things that people have had question marks on, where
Mhm.
there's been, there's still some things that are like left unrevealed. I think we're going to be getting answers. The fog is going to be lifting. There's going to be certain clarity that's coming through that I'm really excited to see what it has in store for people
And
and
I think
myself.
oh, definitely. I think, posted this a piece of lapis as your crystal of the day. Is that correct? And I was rocking one of
I
these today. It's just funny when we're so in sync.
so
I love
insane.
it.
It's so good. I love lapis, and I had my angel aura quartz
Pretty.
too. Has been my other one. I've reunited with this pendulum
Oh,
about like
wow.
ago. I hadn't seen it in a year or two. It's been a
Jump
while.
back.
Found it in an old purse and it made my day.
That's awesome. So great crystals to use, guys, for this week for kind of the energy for the whole week and the energy that we're really going through right now. I always love this stone. I think it just is the earth to me, basically. It's just that beautiful earthy stone, just gorgeous, grounding, gentle, whole, complete. I think it's a perfect stone. So if you're feeling a little unbalanced or a little rushed during this time, definitely grab for this one. And Jem, I'm sure you're the queen of crystals. So I'm sure you have a few other suggestions.
Oh my gosh, so many good choices. But lapis it's such a beautiful one.
Mhm.
One that has been one of my go-tos lately is rubellite,
Oh, nice.
that I am really enjoying, which is also pink tourmaline.
Mm.
And it's just such, I don't know, such like a comfy stone. Like it's got this
Yes.
really soothing, calming, nurturing energy. Peach selenite is another one that is just
Hmm.
like so gentle. It's like it's cozy. It's like a warm hug. Like it's just like anytime I'm ever feeling anxious or feeling like I can't get out of my head or, whatever the case may be, like those are two that like really, really chill me out out and kind of calm me down. And also lepidolite.
Hmm.
Lepidolite and rubellite both have a whole lot of lithium in them. So for you people out there, so they put in antidepressants, guys. So, one hand kind of washes the other. If you feel like you need to chill out a little bit, you're feeling high anxiety, or maybe you're feeling a little blue, a little depressed, those are just two stones that will really, really just naturally, they have that calming, soothing energy about them to really just kind of rebalance everything and help you to shift that perspective into something more gentle.
Amazing. So I'm excited to see what cards you pulled. I can't wait. They're gonna have a good
So I
story
had
for us.
four. I had four that popped out at once. So they're talkers tonight, guys. They're talkers, and they're really good cards. I'm really excited about it. So the first one is a card that I've been pulling in a lot of my own personal readings for myself lately as well, which is the Seven of Pentacles. So you can see here he's kind of like gazing down and admiring his work. He's working hard. The work isn't over yet. He's not fully able to reap the benefits of his work that he's putting in, but it's getting there. He's kind of taking a minute, he's taking it all in. I feel like that points to that pause that we're talking about. Yeah, we want to
Hmm.
work hard, we want to focus on putting our priorities in the right places, we want to focus on our money, we want to focus on our security, all those kinds of things, really establishing that solid foundation for us. But we also don't want to rush our way through it. Like, we have to take a minute every now and then when we need to. We can't just be toiling and toiling and toiling and not have any time to sit back and rest. Like Mary was saying before, we don't want to rush these things. We don't want to make sure that we're just acting on impulse or making rash decisions about certain things. We want to keep eyes on the prize. We want to remain focused, but we have to keep everything in balance too. So, and if we do, I love this card so much. This is the Six
Oh,
of Wands. This is victory, guys. This is always the victory card. This is just, you've gotten there. Like, because you're able to wait it out a little bit, because you're able to be patient, because you see that bigger picture, because you can see the writing on the wall of all of these beautiful things that are coming, all of this abundance that's coming in, you're going to be victorious. So it's just slow and steady wins the race, like, Rome wasn't built in a day, guys. Like, chill out for a second, understand that it's coming, appreciate the process. Like, you can see, like, he's admiring his work. He's taking a second to really kind of contemplate this hard work that he's been doing and give himself credit when credit is due. So often we're just so conditioned as Americans to just like work, 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 and that's it. And, we're lucky if we're ever getting praise for anything. Nonetheless, giving ourselves an extra little pat on the back of like, you know what? Like, I'm killing it. Like, I'm doing it right now. Like, I also deserve to rest. I also deserve to have fun. I also deserve to take time for the things that my body needs in order to usher in all of this abundance and to really follow through on my goals. So often me and Mary always talk about it. It's like, we'll get so jazzed about certain things. We're all in. We are all in. We are like 125% in, and then we burn out.
yep.
We
Yes.
burn out, and then we end up not being able to follow through and even carry out those things because we expelled so much energy in the beginning that either we don't want to do it anymore, we physically can't do it anymore, or we're just like, we're done. Like, it kind of killed that fire. You don't want to kill that fire. Your things that are your passions for your reason, but there has to be a balance. So whether it's work, whether it's a hobby, whatever it is about your life, whether it's certain relationships, it can't be this end all be all thing. There's got to be balance in there.
I love
So
that.
appropriate cards. And
Beautiful.
I had two more jump out. So I'm really excited. I mean, all about them pentacles, guys. I mean, Nine of Pentacles, this is what we're working toward. If we're able to really keep our cool and we're able to stay in this positive frame of mind, we're able to like keep out of that lack mentality, like release the fear, release the ego, release the woe is me, or I need this right now, or I'm broke, or whatever other negative kind of things that we put out into the universe. And if we can just say, I'm okay, I'm doing this, I'm proud of how far I've come, I'm proud of what I'm working toward and what I'm accomplishing and who I'm becoming in the process. And if you can do that and keep that perspective and see that light at the end of the tunnel, you're going to have everything that you need. Like, she is a boss bitch. She is taking care of herself. There ain't no man there bailing her out. She makes her own money. She's got her own house. She's doing it. She doesn't need to rely on anybody else. She's confident in herself. And this is for all the men out there too. This is just all about stepping into your power, stepping into your truth, your strength, being your authentic self. Because when you're putting those vibes out there that this is me and this is what I want, the universe delivers because you're vibrating at the right frequency. You know, you're not all muddled down by fear and guilt and, you know, all these other lower vibrational kind of things that keep us from attaining the things that we want. So this is really beautiful, guys. This means we're opening up energetic space to actually usher in and receive. You know, so often we're really good at being givers and not so good at receiving abundance and joy and love and all of those kinds of things that for whatever reason our own self-worth gets in the way. But not anymore, guys, because we're putting ourselves first. So this is really exciting. And as a
Hi, Kristen,
result,
by the way. Sorry, she popped
hi,
on. Say hi.
Kristen. Hi, Val. I see people jumping in. But as a result, guys, we've got this Ace of Wands now. We've got this beautiful new beginning, you know, like this is the start of all things good. So creatively, this is always a good card. As far as security, as far as your house, your career, all those kinds of things. You can see it's coming out of the clouds and it's just being presented there. It's strong, it's confident. It is that Aries fire sign
Hmm.
energy. Wands are always related to fire, and it's just really lighting that fire within ourselves so that way we're able to focus on and prioritize what the right goals are, what the right dreams are, who the right people are, you know, what we actually need to do, what we need to let go of, and what we need to continue to usher into our lives to really get this whole shebang, guys. Like, we have all these beautiful new beginnings coming our way as long as we're able to be ourselves and we're able to be confident and we're able to really remain in our power, guys, and we're doing it. So just keep doing it. I'm proud of everybody. I don't know about you.
I'm definitely proud of everyone. We've been through, whether you're counting the months, the weeks, the years, it's been a rough time. Just life is not easy for anyone, none of us. And it's so nice when the cards aren't showing those like shitty ones. We're like, oh, like it's going to be a rough patch. It's nice when they actually say that good things are coming and that things are good and you're doing good. And I am super proud of people. I think that's the key word for this time is really being proud of what you do and being proud of what you put out there.
Yeah, just owning it, man. Just owning who you are unapologetically and just not worrying about it. If you can do that, that's when everything, Kristen, it's been a five-star shit parade. Well,
Yes.
girl, it's turning around. So we're going to turn that frown upside down. We're redirecting. The energy is shifting.
Hmm.
And there's a lot of beautiful things that are going to come in as a result. So I'm really curious to see where the rest of April takes us.
Hmm.
You know, again, we're going to be coming out of that retrograde shadow really soon. We're going to be working toward a full moon. There's going to be a lot of big shifts and changes. So I think that there's a lot to accomplish and to learn in April. And I think it's going to really set us up to have a really beautiful May. And I think the rest of the summer is just going to be enjoyment. I feel like summer love, baby. Like,
Yes.
it's just like, I feel like this is going to be the first summer in a while that a lot of people are actually able to enjoy. Like, you know, in
Yes.
our lives, it's so hard, you know, like we don't get to go to the beach enough. We don't get to travel enough. We don't, you know, we don't get to do those like summertime activities of seeing friends, seeing family, traveling new places, experiencing new things. And I feel like now with all these shifts through so many of people in the collective really figuring out who they are and prioritizing what they want and really seeking out to accomplish it, it's just this like domino effect of all this awesome energy that's going to be coming in waves toward everybody if they can just keep eyes on the prize, keep out
Hmm.
of the negativity, and just really figure out what's important and what's not and where to direct that energy and just keep it with that forward movement. You know, it's Aries season, and then it's going to move into Taurus season. So we've
Yes.
got all this like awesome energy just setting us up for success.
Definitely. And let's go ahead and dive in and see where you need to put that energy. So today I'm using just a bone oracle deck, which is one of my favorite decks. And I haven't used these in a really long time, but they totally wanted to come out and play today. So I'm excited to see what they have to say. But I'm going to be talking about your mind, body, and soul, where you need to kind of course correct, or where you're doing really, really well to help you get all the amazing things that Jem's talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. And I don't know, I felt like shuffling that way today. So the first one is going to be for your mind. So this is what your mind needs. And this one's so cute. I don't know if you guys can see these cards. Yeah, I guess you can. So this is the Llamas card, and it's a dog. So this Born Oracle is talking about a dog, and it's talking just kind of about a lot of the energy in our mind that, for you guys who don't know Ryder, my dog, he is a dog and a half. And he is single focused without any stopping. When he wants to play with his toy, that's the only thing in the world that he wants to do, and that's the only thing he'll focus on. He's a very loyal dog. He's a very funny dog. He's very, I don't know, he brings a beautiful side, but he's also extremely focused. And that's what we really, really need in our minds right now. Oh, that's so cute. That's right. He can play with the emojis. Go for it. We love it.
Oh, good.
He's supporting us. So our dog, that dog energy is what you need to pull into your mind. We need to have that nice focus. Look back, like Jem's card was. Look back at what you've done. Look at how far that you've come and continue. Because a lot of times we look back at how far we've come and we're like, oh yeah, we've done it. We've done 3/4 of the job. We're good. We can move on. But you can't. There's still more work that needs to be done. So pull this dog energy into your mind. Stay within a focus. Stay loyal to what you're doing. Stay just that good old boy who just keeps doing it, keeps being your dog just a little bit longer so that we can really kind of be successful. Because this is the time where you might think that you're done, but just a little bit more work needs to be done. And bringing in that dog energy will really kind of help you get there. And this is also a card that's really about harvesting. So you can kind of see the wheat here. This is a late summer type holiday. So it's really about, you know, you're harvesting. You're starting to get into that reaping what you sow, but you're not quite there yet because the harvest is still coming. That bigger chunk of work is still coming. Just stay the course in your mind. We're almost there. I trust that we're going to get there. I trust that I'm doing the right thing. And that's the energy that you really need in your mind. So that's where you need to put your focus, in your mind. So let's go ahead and move on to your body and see what our bodies are saying to us. Mine is saying it needs sun. It needs sun. All
Yeah,
right.
girl. We did
Oh,
not get enough
beautiful.
in Myrtle Beach.
No, zero sun. So for our bodies, the beautiful card that I'm pulling out today is the Phoenix card, and it's all about rebirth. And there's not much that you guys, you know what the Phoenix is and what it represents. And it's really about that rebirth that's coming into your body. And when we talk about that body, that means vitality. So where do you need more vitality in your body? Now, this could be not in physically your body. This is just that physical world. So are you looking for some vibrancy in your romance, in your relationships? Maybe, the dark winter was there. You didn't shave your legs for a couple months. It's time to maybe step out, try on, those cute outfits that you've been saving, come back to life a little bit, maybe dust out some of those black t-shirts and throw them out when they're starting to fray. Whatever it is that you need some vitality. You need a rebirth, whether it's in that physical realm or it's in your physical body. So let's kind of see what we can do to really transform in this beautiful spring energy. I keep pointing outside like you guys can see. You can't see it, but there's a tree out there. Sorry. That way is a tree. So every time I point that way, that's outside. But make sure that you're bringing that rebirth into your body, into your physical world, even in your spaces. I totally redid my tablescape. I redid my altar over here, just bringing in that rebirth, that change, that kind of rising up from the ashes type energy into your physical world, into your body is where you need to focus your energy to really be that empowered, badass lady up there, badass dude. Someone who is super empowered, super confident is not someone who's wearing 3-year-old tour shirt or someone who's wearing holy underwear or someone has their toes hanging out of their socks. Like, that is not that person. I'm sorry. As much as I wish it was. You need to have that rebirth and that confidence in every element to really, really carry yourself into success. So that's what our bodies are craving. Just a little bit of that, again, that Aries energy, that just reinvention that's going on right now that I love so much. So the last one I'm going to pull
Awesome.
is for our mind, our soul, whatever you guys want to call it. So let's see what that has to say today. Ooh, all right, all the cards fell out. Ooh, all right, beautiful chord. And I'm terrible at foreign language, but it's Dia dos la Muertes. I'll just say it really fast and with an accent. It sounds like it's correct. But this is kind of that. I mean, we all know what the holiday is, but it's a great card because to me, and being here in Colorado, we have a little bit more of the Mexican culture, and I'm able to dive into a little bit more. And it's really about remembering the past and still loving the past. It's not just about sugar skulls and putting cookies on graves. It's really about remembering what has happened in that past, remembering the people who've been in your life in the past, and remembering how far you've come. So how beautiful does that play into your cards? That's what we need in our souls too. Guys, you've done the work. You've done so good. We have been through shit and we have been back, and we here are very proud of you. Honestly, we know what you've been through because a lot of you are our friends. You talk to us, you tell us in the comments. We know how hard it's been. We know how hard it's been in our life. And really remembering where you've been, remembering kind of the shit that you've done and that you've overcome, the stuff you don't really want to talk about either. Accepting that and remembering that it's a part of your history. And even though you may not want part, think of American history. Maybe we don't want to remember certain things that we've done in our history. They're still a part of what made us, and they still need respect and celebration for the change and the good that came out of them. I'll say that delicately, but remember your history, good and bad. Remember where you've been, good and bad. Remember the people who have been in your life, people who are unfortunately not here anymore. Remember what they've added to your life and carry that in your soul, carry that in your heart so that that really empowers you as well. Because to be a whole person, to be someone who's truly healed, to be someone who's really living in their power, you can't hide from your past. It's just unfortunately, I wish we could because I got some shitty stuff back there that I don't want to revisit. But you have to be a part of your past. You have to let that be part of your story and let that be a learning lesson in your story to really be successful and to really grow the way that you want to. So remember your past, remember who you've been, accept that, remember that as part of your history, and that's in kind of your soul and your heart that's going to help carry you, and that's really going to help you be successful and get all that badass stuff that we're working towards. Like you can do it. We are so close. And there's just a few little pieces to help you kind of bridge that gap from where we are now to where you're going.
Absolutely. I love that last card. I feel like it really comes together for like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of nostalgia lately, like a lot of like,
Yes.
past things that we've kind of been reflecting on. Maybe we thought we healed them, maybe we thought we understood them, and we're either seeing things in a new light or we're healing certain chapters
Hmm.
that were kind of like left a little bit raw for a long time. And we're finally able to kind of step back and see the bigger picture and see where that lesson really played a part. We did
Hmm.
learn from it, we did grow from it. There's all these shifts where we're not like holding on to these scars anymore. We're not like
Right.
bogged down by all this other bullshit that was keeping us from achieving all of these things that we've been working toward, but we were driving certain things away with our energy, with our own energy.
Kristen, let me find the box for you so I can actually tell you the official name. They are, oh, I cannot say that word. I can put a link into the comment. I got them off Etsy. They're a bone oracle deck. It's Azucar, a fantastic artist. She does both these cards and these other cards that I use a lot that you guys will see that I absolutely love.
I love
They're
that deck
gorgeous.
too.
They really are gorgeous and they speak so well. And I think just like you said, that card, it's so important to us because while your history, the past does define you, it's in your story, it's not your headline, but it is still there. It still is a scene in the play. It's
Yeah.
still lyric in the song. Like it's still part of who you are. And we really need to come face to face. I can't tell you how nostalgic, not like nostalgic like member berries, but things have been coming up that I'm just like, whoa, where did you come from? What part of my past did you crawl out of? And those are just pieces that are really popping up that of in this Aries energy. I think if we can kind of recognize them, healed a little bit. Oh, it's sugar and spirit. Oh, thank you, Kristen. I didn't know that. I think if we can kind of heal some of those things and kind of move past those, then we're really, really able to embrace all the things that are coming to us. Because how can you embrace with open arms all this amazing gifts that are coming to us if you don't think you're worthy for them? If you think, oh, 3 years ago, I yelled at some bitch because she drove past me too fast, and I'm just kind of a bad person. You're not going to be accepting the gifts that are coming to you. So we got to heal some of those things.
Absolutely. Like, this is a time for feeling and facing those emotions, allowing ourselves to actually feel them, but then to release them and let them go for healing. We can't
Yeah.
become the emotion. We can't, like you said, let the pain define us. It's time to move on. So, whether it's somebody who broke your heart that you're able to kind of see in a new light and sort of
Hmm.
understand what maybe they were going through and why certain things
Yeah.
went a certain way, or what role you played in that and certain things that maybe you caused, or whether it's an issue with a family member. Even I feel like now a lot of people are closing out these karmic cycles where there's certain patterns and certain things that I think have been tolerated for a really long time that people are kind of like wising up to and wanting to kind of put an end to. So whether it's toxic patterns, dysfunctional patterns, whatever it is with friends, family, relationships, bosses, I feel like a lot of people are now able to kind of step back and recognize like who their actual soul family is and like
Hmm.
who really is at their core, like has their back through and through. And who maybe either is a little bit more self-serving or had an ulterior motive, or maybe was just there to teach us a specific lesson, was just
Hmm.
there to play, was really just like an actor playing a role in certain ways that, like you guys, whatever you believe, if you believe that you made a deal, before you were born and this is the karmic debt, whatever
Hmm.
it is that you believe that makes sense. But regardless, there's people who come in and out of our lives for reasons as well too. And we've said before, like you don't have to have ill feelings against anybody if they didn't stick around. You can thank them, or if you can't keep them around, you can thank them from, for the lessons you learned and kind of love them and leave them, or love them from a distance, or whatever you have to do, but as long as you're focusing on your own inner peace and your own self-worth, you're gonna automatically know who resonates with you and who doesn't. The people who are no longer aligning with your energy frequency are gonna start to rid themselves. Those situations are gonna start to rid themselves. So the more that you keep yourself in this high vibration where you're being true to you, you're living life the way that you see fit and not really living either vicariously through somebody else or living to somebody else's standards or expectations. We go through all these different phases where we kind of like lose ourselves a little bit. And I think everybody's kind of like circling back and really regrouping at themselves and figuring out what it is at their core. So we're going to see all this beautiful kind of shift in luck, in just like good fortune, whether it's money, whether it's relationships and love, whether it's marriage or children or whatever it is for wherever you're at in your life. Expect good things. If you're worrying about it all the time, or, if you're anxious, you're stressing, you're angry, you're frustrated that you're not further along yet, that's lack mentality. That's keeping you in fear. That's keeping all the things that you really want at an arm's length where you feel like you should be getting them, but you don't have them yet. Like you have to allow that energy in, and you have to kind of trust and surrender in the process. If you are trying to control every last little element and you're chasing things, your energy might actually be driving it away. You might actually be driving it further away from you. And whether it's that dream job, or whether it's that boyfriend, or that best friend, who really comes to your aid, there has to be balance. Like we're not meant to force anything. What's meant for you is meant for you. So don't drive the good things away because you're so focused on the quest of achieving it. You have to enjoy the journey.
Absolutely. And your card spoke to that so well. Take a step back and look at all you've accomplished. Look at all you've done. Look at everything that you have. When you can look at, kind of take a step back and see how well you've done, you're not as inspired to like just keep pushing and just keep doing. When you're just pushing and you're just, I have to do this, I have to do this, you're just trying to find a way out of a situation. You're not looking at it as a whole piece. You're not looking at it as part of where you're trying to go. You're focused on this one thing and you're just trying to fix this one thing and you don't really care how it happens. It just needs to change right now. And that's an awful way to create your life. This is your life. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want to do
Mm-hmm.
that. You really want to take a look at the big picture, see how all of these pieces play into it, and really kind of take a step back and see how much you've done, how far you've come, and then kind of continue on that way. So if you need to in this week's energy, sleep on it for a night or two. Don't respond right away. You don't have to respond to a text message right away. You don't have to make a decision right away. You don't have to give an answer right now. Take a night to sleep on it. And if it goes away, if the deal is only good for that second, it's not a good deal. I'll tell you that much. In real life, if something cannot wait until tomorrow, then it's not in your best interest. So it's okay. Take a second, take a rest, look at what you're doing, evaluate if things are right for you and they're on your right path, and then move forward. And it's going to be awesome.
So much good stuff to look forward to, guys. So just keep eyes on the prize. Keep doing what you're doing, but give yourselves a break too, like let yourselves do what's right for you. If somebody wants to hang out and you don't want to, or somebody's offering you a job and you're not sure, like whatever the situation is, like try to really get in touch with yourself and tune into that energy of what you're really feeling before you make a decision, and if it's again coming from up here and there's all this anxiety and fear and doubt and all this stuff, got to ask yourself why that is. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's wrong for you, but for whatever reason you're afraid of it, and that needs to be addressed too. So trying to really get into leading from the heart, getting in touch with your intuition and what your gut really says about certain things. So I think that this is a time where everybody is trying to kind of make that shift into that new energy.
Definitely. These are beautiful readings. I'm really excited. Did you have anything else you want to pull? I feel like my cards spoke their piece today.
Yeah, no, I think that was perfect. The only thing I was going to do, I do like to generally pull one from the top of the deck and one from the bottom of the deck, just to see what we have going on in case there's any other additional messages. And this first one here is this King of Wands, or I'm sorry, King of Swords, guys, excuse me. King of Swords is all about truth. Again, this, points back to being the real you, speaking to authenticity. This is somebody who's in a position of power, who's in a position of authority, who's sure of himself. He's confident. He can sometimes be cutting with his words. We don't want to embody that aspect of it, but we do want to be able to stand up for ourselves and for what we believe in. We want to lead from that place of truth. We want to make sure that we're being true to ourselves and that we're not just doing things out of some sense of duty or obligation or guilt or, any of the other million reasons why we do certain things that we don't really want to do at the end of the day. So this king is all about being himself. He trusts himself. He is appreciative of where he's at and how he got there, but he's confident, like he's kind of cool and confident, like he doesn't need anybody else. He's kind of that
He's James
lone
Dean.
wolf. He is, man. He's just cool. He's just freaking cool. Like you just want to be like him. And he's confident, there's no edginess. There's no anxiety. There's no doubt. It's confidence. It's like, this is me. Kind of like it or leave it, in certain ways. And I feel like this is what we're striving for. This is what April has to offer. This is that Aries kind of like, all right, like this is me, this is who I am. Aries is all about being themselves. And it's just so appropriate for, I think, that energy that we're trying to bring into our lives and really continue to this is not just a temporary shift. This is a permanent shift in self-care and putting our needs and wants first, not ignoring everyone else's, but if it isn't in line with what our wants and needs are, we're understanding when it's appropriate to say no. So super exciting with that card. I've been getting that card a lot over the last week or so. And I've also got this Page of Wands, guys. This is another fire sign, like this is that youthful fire sign, really, just kind of like moving forward, excited about what the future holds, excited about what life has to offer. I think that's where we're all at, or where we're all working on getting to, is just being jazzed about life again. Like so often we get caught up in work and social life and family stuff and whatever's stressing us out, whatever we're complaining about, all those kinds of things that we kind of start to run out of things to look forward to, like where we're just kind of going through the motions. Maybe we're a little bit bored, or maybe we've lost that zest for life, and we're redirecting it now. It's like it's spring awakening. Like you said, it's spring cleaning. We're taking out the trash. We're motivated. We're feeling excited about life again. We're coming out of hibernation. We're feeling all the feels, and we're like ready to attack life. We're feeling really good. We're feeling hopeful about the future, and we're in those stages of moving forward and creating it. So really exciting cards,
Yay.
guys.
You're doing good.
Yeah.
You're on the right path. You're doing good. Things are okay. Don't worry. I mean, you could say that pretty much to anyone at any time. We all need to hear that. But honestly, the cards really show us that we're making really good choices. We're really standing in our power, and the things that we want are really coming. So that's amazing news. What more could you want, honestly?
Exactly. It's all happening. There was that little lull in there. There was a little bit of like stagnancy and feeling like everything was kind of just not really going anywhere, and I think many of us are already feeling the shift, but as we continue to move through April, it's just going to come in faster and faster. This is quick moving energy. This is change happening rather quickly. So again, guys, we've said it in the past, but like, brace yourselves, like embrace that change. Don't be afraid of it, don't want it and want it and want it and pray for it and, like manifest this awesome stuff and then be scared shitless of it and do nothing with it. Like learn when to recognize when these awesome opportunities are coming your way. Not every opportunity is for you, but you're going to know the ones that are. You're going to know it. So don't doubt it. Don't doubt yourself. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't get stuck in these lower vibrational energies that keep us afraid from the life we really want. Like sometimes you have to be like the Fool card, and you have to just take that big risk, and you have to just kind of go out on a limb and take a leap of faith and see what happens. And I feel like this is the perfect season for, being cautious and careful, but not being afraid to not take any risks. This is a good time to do it. You're going to be supported in taking those risks that are right for you.
Hell yeah. Well, what beautiful cards. Thank you all for joining us. We love doing these live with you guys. We love hanging out with you. If you're watching this on replay, still leave your comments below. Talk to us. We'll get back to you. Thank you all for being here and chatting with us and being a part of us. Man, we just love you guys so much, and we love doing this for you. And we really hope that this gives you true insight. We're all about giving you the truth, none of the bullshit, none of the stuff that people just want you to hear. We're here to help you. We're here to give you the real information. So we really hope this connects with you guys, and give us a shout out, give us a like, make sure you share all our stuff with people, get the message out there so that more people can be inspired by the shit that we put down.
Absolutely, man. We're really excited to hang out with you guys. We love spending our Tuesday nights with you. So if you're a repeat guest, thanks for joining us. We've got some like homies that are like becoming regulars, and that's really, really exciting. So thank you guys so much for spending your Tuesday nights with us. I really hope that this is helpful, that this resonated with you guys, and that you're able to apply this energy to your life and just get excited, guys. Like it's all happening, like let go of the fear, let go of the doubt, let go of the self-worth issues, like all that stuff, it's got to go, because if you can just trust and just believe in it and just have a little bit of faith, like you're going to see all these beautiful things blossom this spring. So hang in there, guys. April's going to be an awesome month. So lots to look forward to.
We love you so much. Have a wonderful Tuesday and a wonderful rest of your week.
Love you guys. Thanks for hanging with us. Have a great night.